Everything is energy. Some people drain your energy, while others energize you just by being around you. Sometimes a thought can make you feel heavy and stuck, while other times a single idea can fill you with lightness and clarity. These are not random mood swings. These are changes in vibration. As Nikola Tesla once said, "You are not a physical being in a physical universe. You are a vibrational being in a vibrational universe." You constantly emit energy through your emotions, your focus, and your inner state. And the universe is always listening. Every signal you send out invites a corresponding response. Therefore, your reality always reflects your vibration. If you emit peace, joy, and abundance, life will reflect these back to you. However, if you become stuck in disappointment or fear, the world will reflect more of these things. If you've always wondered whether this really works and what the science behind it is, this video is for you. You are so much more than you think. By understanding how to transmit the vibrations of your ideal life, you can fundamentally change the way you experience the world and align yourself with your ideal life. In this video, you will learn some of the most powerful techniques you can use to instantly raise your vibrations. And believe it or not, once you learn these techniques, you'll start attracting beautiful things and abundance into your life. Everything is energy, that's it. This isn't philosophy, it's physics. Once you learn to intentionally use your vibrations, you'll start seeing real change very quickly. Before we go into this, I want you to do 3 things. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave the number 777 in the comments. You can also share it with someone you want to benefit from this video and support their spiritual awakening. Now let's go deeper. Energy never stops. It constantly moves, vibrates, changes, and transforms. This is not just spiritual rhetoric, it is a physical reality. And we humans are both part of and conduits for this constantly vibrating energy. Our brains emit vibrations along with everything we think. These mental frequencies transcend time and space and find their counterpart in the universe. Have you ever experienced something like this? You thought of someone, and a few minutes later you received a message from them, or someone you haven't seen in years suddenly appeared in front of you, and you said, "I was just thinking about you." This is not a coincidence, it is resonance between frequencies. Your thoughts are vibrations, and things that vibrate at the same frequency in the universe find each other. Everything is energy, everything vibrates, and you are a being resonating in this vibrational universe. Have you ever truly listened to your heart? Do you think it's just an organ? Yet the heart, as scientifically proven, generates a much stronger electromagnetic field than your brain. The heart is an electrically vibrating center, and this field interacts with other frequencies around you. When you first meet someone, there have been moments when you've thought, "I don't like this person," or on the contrary, "This person's energy resonates with mine," without saying a word. This is not just intuition, it is vibrational alignment. The frequency of the person in front of you either resonates with your energy, or it doesn't. That's why many things we experience in life actually begin long before at invisible energy levels. Our thoughts, emotions, and intentions radiate into the universe as vibrations, and the universe responds to these vibrations. The events we see in the external world are often reflections of energies that have already vibrated within our inner world. The moments we perceive as coincidences are actually the result of vibrational alignments. Albert Einstein once said, "Tune into the frequency of the reality you want, and you have no choice but to obtain that reality. There is no other way." This is not philosophy, it is physics. What if your reality is not just something that happens to you but something you actively tune into at every moment? What if the life you live is simply the frequency you vibrate at? Modern quantum physics confirms what ancient mystics have always known. Everything in this universe is made of energy and vibrates at different frequencies. Your body, your thoughts, the chair you sit on, the emotions you feel, everything vibrates, and nothing is ever truly still. When you look at your hand, it appears solid, but under a powerful microscope, your hand breaks down into vibrating particles. Cells become molecules, molecules become atoms, atoms become subatomic particles. So what are these particles made of? Pure energy, moving, vibrating, oscillating energy. Everything that appears static is in fact filled with vibration. This brings us to the law of vibration, the hidden plan behind the law of attraction. The law of vibration states, you do not attract what you want, you attract what you are. Through your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, you constantly send a signal to the universe. Let's simplify this with a powerful image: a tuning fork. When you strike a tuning fork, it begins to vibrate. If you place another tuning fork of the same frequency nearby, it will begin to vibrate as well, even without touching it. This is called resonance. Your thoughts, your mood, your energy field, they all work like tuning forks. The vibrations you emit create a ripple effect, attracting things that resonate with them. If you vibrate scarcity, you attract scarcity. If you vibrate abundance, you attract it effortlessly. And here's the secret no one ever told you in school. Your mind is not just a receiver of thoughts, it is a transmitter of energy. When you think a thought, it's not just an idea floating around in your brain, it's an energetic transmission. Every thought has a frequency. The more you dwell on it, the more power you give it. The more power you give it, the more it begins to influence your emotional state, your actions, your circumstances, and ultimately your reality. That's why so many people feel stuck. They work hard, they rush around, they follow all the right steps, but the results don't change. Why? Because the vibration hasn't changed. You can change your career, move to a new city, build new relationships, but if your dominant vibration remains fear, worthlessness, or doubt, you will continue to attract experiences that reflect those vibrations. The external world continues to reflect your internal state. Now let's move on to the scientific experiments that confirm this idea. Russian scientists conducted an interesting experiment involving a mother rabbit and her offspring. The mother rabbit was placed in a submarine in the depths of the sea. However, her offspring were kept in a laboratory thousands of kilometers away. During the dive, the scientists caused harm to one of the offspring. It wasn't fatal, but it was sufficient to cause distress. And at that very moment, the devices connected to the mother rabbit detected an intense biological reaction. Despite the distance and the absence of physical contact, the mother reacted instantly. How? Through energy, through vibration, through a non-local connection. Albert Einstein called this the spooky action at a distance. A particle, no matter how far away, affects another particle. This tells us something extraordinary. Vibration spreads, intention spreads. Your energy reaches far beyond your physical body. You are not limited to where you are. Your vibration is your cosmic fingerprint, resonating through time and space. This also explains why you can sense certain things before they happen, why you are drawn to some people and repelled by others, even before a single word is spoken. Whether consciously or not, you are reading vibrations. Now, imagine the power you will have when you begin to consciously shape your own vibration. True change happens here, not in action, but in being. Not in chasing results, but in aligning your energy with the desired outcome. When you change your vibration, you change your entire reality. So how exactly do you do this? What techniques are there to instantly raise your vibration and align with higher states of awareness, love, abundance, peace, and purpose? We're about to discover that now. But first, I want to share an intriguing experiment that will deeply shake you. An extraordinary experiment conducted by Russian scientists proved that vibrational connections transcend distance. A mother rabbit was separated from her babies and placed in a submarine. Her babies were in a laboratory thousands of kilometers away. While the mother rabbit's brainwaves were being monitored with advanced technology, the researchers killed one of the babies. At that very moment, the mother rabbit's brainwaves completely went out of control. A wild fluctuation occurred, as if her soul was screaming. This was the purest form of vibrational resonance. There was no physical contact. The distance was thousands of kilometers, but the energy had never been divided. This phenomenon, which Albert Einstein described as spooky action at a distance, is the scientific counterpart of the law of vibration. Vibrations connect whether you are aware of it or not. Read your energy and communicate with the universe on your behalf. Your thoughts are not just internal conversations. They are like signals. They are invisible frequencies sent into the sky. That is why what is inside you is also outside you. And this is not just an intuitive understanding. It is a fact supported by science. In another experiment, basketball players were divided into 3 groups. The first group did nothing. The second group trained every day. The third group only trained mentally, that is, they only imagined the shots. The results were striking. The group that did nothing saw their performance decline. Those who trained physically improved, but the group that trained mentally showed the same improvement as those who trained physically. So by simply visualizing, simply feeling, simply tuning into a frequency, you can attract physical results into your life. That's why the law of vibration and the law of attraction work together. When your vibration aligns with your desires, those desires naturally come to you. The entire universe aligns with the vibration within you. But the opposite is also true. A scientific study on the amygdala showed that if you are in a state of fear and anxiety, you automatically trigger these emotions in the people around you. So energy affects not only you but also those around you. If you vibrate at a negative frequency, you automatically attract negativity into your life. So what should you do now? Remember, everything happens first in the inner world. The outer world is only an echo. Your inner frequency shapes physical reality. Your desires are actually there. You just need to unlock their energetic potential. The way to do this is to create resonance with your intention, thoughts and feelings. As Abraham Hicks says, the greater part of us exists on a non-physical plane. This may seem confusing at first, but the truth is, your task is to align with the vibration of your desires. Then the universe brings them to you. Nothing feels difficult. Everything unfolds as if by chance, because you have become the one who writes your destiny. So how do you achieve this alignment? The answer is simple. Your thoughts and feelings must be in harmony with what you desire. Thinking alone is not enough. Wanting alone is not enough. You must feel it. You must live as if your desires have already been fulfilled. This bridges the gap between your inner and outer worlds, and at that moment, the vibration becomes reality. Now I will share with you 5 powerful steps you can use to raise your vibration and create the life you desire using the law of vibration. 1. Determine your intentions. The beginning of everything is clarity. Most people don't know what they want. One day they want to start their own business. The next day they prefer to stay in their current job. This indecision sends conflicting signals to the universe. The universe doesn't know what to do. The vibration becomes wavy. The result, a complicated and indecisive life. That's why the first step is decide what you want. Be clear, be specific. Do you want to be wealthy? How much? When? What kind of life do you want? Saying more money isn't enough. An extra $100 is also more money. But if you find that insufficient, the universe receives the signal that this isn't enough and amplifies dissatisfaction. That's why you must define your intentions strongly, clearly and decisively. Only then will your vibration become stable, and the universe will hear that vibration. 2. Elevate your vibration through visualization. The mind cannot distinguish between imagination and reality. If you imagine squeezing lemon juice into your mouth right now, your mouth will probably water, because your brain believes it is real. That is why visualization is one of the most powerful tools for vibrational alignment. Imagine yourself sitting in your dream home, doing your dream job. Mentally vividly imagine yourself living in that future right now. This isn't just a fantasy, it's an energy transmission. Whatever your mind sees, your body feels, and feeling is the fuel that amplifies vibration. So don't just think, feel. Spend a few minutes each day immersing yourself in this vision. Go deep. Feel the colors, sounds and smells, because vibration connects to reality most strongly through emotion. 3. Raise your vibration with your emotions. This is where most people go wrong. The law of vibration and the law of attraction do not work with thoughts alone. Emotions are also an indispensable part of the process, because thought is a directional guide, but emotion is the driving force. If you only imagine but don't feel anything inside, you can't send a clear signal to the universe. If you think of your vision as just a mental game, your heart won't be a part of that vision. Without the heart, energy can't move. For example, it is not enough to just think, I am living the life of my dreams. You have to feel like you are living that life. Feel successful. Feel like you have achieved your goals, realized your dreams, and are living in that moment. You have that money right now. You are experiencing that love right now. You have built that house right now. Without emotion, nothing moves, because emotion is the frequency that carries energy. When you add an emotional signal from your heart to every image you create in your mind, your vibration rises. and the rising vibration attracts the attention of the universe. It's not just about thinking, it's about feeling, because the universe doesn't hear words, it hears vibrations. And the strongest vibration comes from deep belief and genuine excitement. Whatever you feel when you imagine it is what will become reality. That's why every day, consciously choose your emotions. Align yourself with joy, peace, and confidence, because these emotions are the bridge that connects you to your desires. 4. Trust and believe in the process. Now, we come to one of the most vital steps, belief. You may truly want something. You may dream about it every day. But if there is even a tiny bit of doubt inside you, it weakens your vibration. And remember, the universe reflects your vibration back to you. Would you hesitate to act on something you truly believe in? Let's say you're 100% certain you'll win the lottery. Wouldn't you buy a ticket? Of course you would. Or if you're confident your business will succeed, wouldn't you take action without delay? Of course you would. Belief drives action. Action stabilizes frequency. But most people don't fully believe they can achieve their dreams. Subconsciously, they still say, "Who am I to live such a great life?" This lack of inner belief disrupts energy. The vibration becomes contradictory. The result, life becomes full of contradictions. So what you need to do is very clear. Trust the process, trust the universe, and most importantly, trust yourself. There is a power within you that is much greater than you think. That power is only revealed with complete faith. If there is no doubt, there are no obstacles. And if there are no obstacles, there is flow. So remind yourself every morning, I am valuable, I am ready, the universe is on my side, because this belief illuminates the path that leads you to your dream. 5. Let go and be ready to receive. And now, the most difficult but most liberating step, letting go. Most people cling so tightly to what they want that they suffocate the energy of that desire. Obsession brings stress. Stress creates the need for control, and control stands in the way of the natural flow of the universe. Remember, everything in the universe is about timing. Just like a tree growing, you prepare the soil, plant the seed, you give it sunlight and water, then you wait. Would watering it 24 hours a day make it grow faster? No, it might even rot the roots. The same applies to the manifestation process. Decide what you want. Connect to it with faith, feel it with your emotions, but then, let go, surrender it to the universe. Say, I did my part, now it's your turn. Because letting go is trusting. Trusting maintains the high vibration. Many people lower their energy by thinking, but it still hasn't happened. This actually means spreading the vibration of it won't happen. But you can be different. You should be able to say, I did what was necessary, and the universe will bring me what I need at the right time. Because this surrender is the purest form of your vibration, and the purest vibration brings the fastest manifestation. Now you know the 5 basic steps to using the law of vibration correctly. Set a clear intention, align your energy through mental visualization, elevate your vibration through emotions, commit fully to the process with unwavering faith, and finally, open yourself to the universe's miracle. You are now creating reality. Because you are no longer a random passenger, you are a conscious creator of universal energy. This awareness could be the biggest transformation in your life, because you no longer have to be dependent on external circumstances. No matter what happens in the outside world, you know that you can create your own reality with your inner frequency. You are no longer someone who cannot control what happens to you, but someone who knows how to vibrate. And this difference changes everything. Remember, everything in this universe begins with energy. Thoughts, feelings, your body, your environment, even your perception of time and space, all are reflections of energy forms, and energy always expresses itself through vibration. That is why your vibration is your destiny. Becoming aware of which emotions you focus on in your daily life is the gateway to this vibrational reality. If you constantly vibrate with anxiety, fear, or scarcity consciousness, your life will reflect that vibration back to you. But if you choose to stay in love, trust, abundance, and gratitude, then the universe begins to hear you in a completely different way. Because the universe hears your vibration, not your words. So it's not enough to just say, I want. You must also tune into the frequency of that desire. You must vibrate as if you already have it. Even before you have it, you must feel as if you have already lived it. even before you have lived it. You must exist as if you already are, even before you are. This is the secret of creating through vibration. As Albert Einstein said, tune into the frequency of the reality you want, and you have no choice but to obtain that reality. There is no other way. This is not philosophy, it is physics. This sentence is not a spiritual proposition, it is a scientific fact. And integrating this scientific fact with a spiritual awakening allows you to rewrite your destiny. Instead of trying to change the external world, you can now reprogram your inner world. And this code is your frequency. Ask yourself, what frequency am I vibrating at today? Am I spreading fear or hope? Am I walking with a consciousness of lack or trusting in the limitlessness of the universe? True transformation begins with inner alignment, beyond external goals. If your inner world is dark, no matter how much light you seek externally, you cannot truly feel that light. But once you illuminate your inner frequency, the entire universe shines with you. So from today onward, in the morning, dress not only your body but also your energy. Choose not only what you will do but also how you will vibrate. Because every choice has a frequency, and you now possess the consciousness to consciously direct your frequency. Trust yourself, trust the universe, and most importantly, trust the energy you radiate, because it is what builds your reality, and you are the architect of that energy. The path you walk is no longer the old one. This is a brand new journey of consciousness shaped by your own energy. Every step you take as a conscious creator is the seed of vibrations that will return to you. So whatever you sow, vibrate it. Whatever you vibrate, reap it. And you speak without even speaking, with your frequency, with your vibration, with your presence. And that is enough, because in this universe, true creation begins with silent harmony. You are now within that harmony. You are no longer ordinary. You are now one who knows your energy, feels your vibration, and consciously shapes your reality. That is why you no longer need to prove yourself to anyone, because you already show yourself through your frequency. Also, if you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. This will help us reach 10,000 subscribers. See you at the next vibration.